Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the King of L.A. Sports Report. I'm your host, the King of L.A. Sports, Richard Lopez. And today, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. A lot of NFL news, a lot of NBA news, a lot of college basketball news, and especially a lot of Dodger baseball news. So don't go anywhere. The show's about to start right now. Okay, we're going to start off right there with the Final Four in the NCAA championship over the weekend. On Saturday, we had some NCAA games, and the two winners of those games were UConn and Kentucky. We're going to start with the men's. Kevin Ollie versus John Calipari. It was a good game. You know, Kentucky was the favorite, and Kevin Ollie, the alum of UConn, showed that he can take over for anybody and that he is the real deal. And congratulations to UConn. You guys won the game 60-54. You outplayed Kentucky, who was the favorite. And once again, I want to say congratulations to Kevin Ollie. Don't forget that name. We're going to get back right to him in a second. But another congratulations to Coach Gino and the UConn women's team. The women's team beat Notre Dame yesterday, and which was a good game. So both UConn teams are national championships in basketball for men and women. So congratulations to them. Kevin Ollie, he actually won his first NCAA championship. So in his first full year of coaching, which was great because, I mean, not a lot of college coaches can do that. And that puts a good mark on his resume if he wanted to go pro. But I don't know if he's going to want to go pro because he hasn't made in college. But we'll get back into that in a second. UConn guard Shabazz Napier, he won the Outstanding Player of the Final Four. And he was on UConn's 2011 national team, and it had been reported that back in 2011, he was a little bit immature and he was upset, hitting lockers in the locker room. But it seems that he's grown up. He's become a lot more mature. And congratulations to UConn and Kevin Ollie. The one thing that's been out there, there's been a lot of rumors that John Calipari is going to be a Los Angeles Lakers head coach. And the same thing for Kevin Ollie. Those two names have came up a lot. And you know, a lot of people are saying Ollie doesn't make sense, but I think it does. I think it could make sense for a few different reasons. John Calipari is actually more suited as a college coach, and he's tried his hand at the pros, and it didn't work out too well for him. So I think he can do pretty well if he stays right there in college. But he is going to listen to offers, and that was made pretty clear by him. He was asked about the Lakers job, and he said he still has a job and Coach D'Antoni still has a job. He didn't come out and say no. He didn't come out and say yes. So Calipari, it doesn't look like it. I think Kevin Ollie would be the best fit. And if I were the Lakers, I would go all in for Kevin Ollie. It had been said years ago that superstar Kevin Durant was a big fan of Ollie and that he loved his coaching style because he was an assistant on the Seattle Supersonics back in the day when Durant was in Seattle. So Kevin Ollie, and not to mention Durant becomes a free agent in 2 years. So this year, one more year, he's a free agent. And if the Lakers want any chance of picking up a mega star like Kevin Durant, this might be the right hire for them. So hopefully the Lakers can pick up Kevin Ollie. I would like to see it. I've been hearing a lot more Calipari, but Kevin Ollie I've heard from a few different sources, and that one to me makes sense. A young superstar, possible superstar coach, just hot off the national championship. His stock can't get any more hotter, so let's go Lakers. Let's try to make some big moves, okay? Us out here in Lakerland are hoping for it because we don't have a lot to cheer for, and I'm going to get to that right now. The Los Angeles Lakers have lost 53 games this season. For such a storied franchise, it's pretty sad that we're going to have to deal with this. Everyone trying to get on our case because we've lost this season. Like, we've lost 53 games this year. We're 53 losses, 25 wins, and we still got a few more games to go. So the record could get worse. And not only do we have the most losses in franchise history, we also are the only team in the NBA to give up 140 points in a game. That's right, and we've done it 3 times, and the season's not over. So the Lakers, they're not playing good defense, and it all starts with their coach, Mike No D'Antoni. Mike No D'Antoni is not known for his defense. He'll probably never be known for his defense, and I don't think anyone could ever teach him defense because I don't even think he knows what that is. And hence the name Mike No D'Antoni. So the Lakers, they're not having the greatest year, but it's definitely a learning experience for you Laker fans. We've been spoiled with winning the past few years, so this is definitely an experiment. And it's tough, but we're Laker fans. We'll get through it. So let the other teams get their shine. And two other things about the Lakers. Actually, a few other things. Xavier Henry is out for the rest of the season. He's going to be having surgery. Kent Bazemore is pretty hurt right now, but they still got him running around out there. And Kobe Bryant, they were asked Lakers GM Mitch Kupchak commented about Kobe Bryant. They asked Mitch Kupchak if he was going to consult with Kobe Bryant on the new hiring of a head coach. And Mitch Kupchak said no. And that must be in the Lakers' plans for the future because Mitch Kupchak just got signed to I believe it was a 3-year contract extension for some more money. So congratulations, Mitch Kupchak. I don't think you're a bad GM. I think you're being held down by Jim Buss. But that's neither here nor there. And also, Steve Nash, I want to say congratulations to him. He's probably played in maybe 13, 12 games this season. But he passed Golden State Warriors coach Mark Jackson on the all-time assist list. He's behind John Stockton and Jason Kidd. And those two, I don't think he's going to catch those two. Nash is too hurt and he's too old to compete for the 2-1 spot. But number 3, behind John Stockton and Jason Kidd, that's not a bad gig. So congratulations, Steve Nash. Hopefully you come back and have a career year next year. I doubt it, but I can always hope, right? So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hope. And some other NBA news before I get to the Clippers. The Nets swept the season series versus the Miami Heat, which is a shock to some people, but not to me. The Nets have some good veterans on that team. LeBron was complaining at the end that he was fouled. And, he still got to make those 2 free throws. So it wasn't a given that they would have won the game. And the Indiana Pacers, they're just coming off a 2-9, 2 wins, 9 loss streak of basketball games. And they're still a half game out of the number 1 spot in the East. And for them to have any chance or any hope to dethrone the Miami Heat, they got to have that number 1 seed. They got to be playing at home. They got to be energized in front of their fans. They got to have that 6th man, as we like to call it. So hopefully the Pacers can get their act together and get that number 1 seed because that's the only way they're going to beat the Heat. And you got to watch out for the New Jersey Nets. The Brooklyn Nets. Now they're playing good ball. They're right there in the mix, and the Miami Heat better be scared. If they're going to play the Nets in the first round, they might have a problem. The Nets, the Knicks, all these teams give the Heat problems. So, hey, you better watch out, Miami and LeBron, and hopefully Dwayne Wade can stay healthy. Because I'll tell you right now, if Dwayne Wade doesn't stay healthy, the Heat aren't going anywhere. So that's what's going to happen with that. The Heat won't go anywhere without the health of Dwayne Wade. All right, I'm going to do this, and it's time to talk just a little bit of the Clippers basketball. Congratulations, Clippers. It looks like you're going to be making the playoffs for the first time in a lot of years. So, you made it last year, but you really wanted it done. But it looks like you guys are a serious contender this year, and I applaud you guys for that. That's congratulations, Los Angeles Clippers. It makes me proud that the other LA team, if my LA team isn't going to go, the Clippers are going to do it. But the Clippers have their work cut out for them. They're currently sitting in the 3rd spot, and right now they're set up to play the Golden State Warriors in the first round. And if any of you remember the playoffs from last year, the Golden State Warriors were the team that surprised everybody. They came out, they were shooting lights out, Steph Curry. So, the Clippers, they're my pick to win the West. So if anyone thinks I'm Clipper hating, I'm not. They are definitely my pick to win the West. And I think the key to them is Jamal Crawford and Danny Granger. Those two are key because if they can both be healthy, the Clippers have a great shot at getting to the NBA Finals or in the Western Conference Finals. They have a good shot of going all the way. Granger is a superstar in my book. I watched him a couple years ago on Indiana before he got hurt. He was able to stop LeBron and bang with the best of them. So if he's healthy, that's something real big for the Los Angeles Clippers. And Jamal Crawford, the guy speaks for himself. This guy is literally one of the hot shooters in all of the NBA. And talk about a tale of two different teams. The Clippers are 55-23 this year. That's almost the Lakers record flipped upside down. So let's go Clippers. Hopefully you guys can make the Western Conference Finals and possibly the Finals, represent LA. And then next year, all I'll be able to say is you guys have 15 more championships till you catch the Lakers. So better start now. But congratulations to Doc Rivers, Chris Paul, and the Clippers, Blake Griffin, and all the other guys. Congratulations. You guys are making Los Angeles proud. And hopefully you guys can go deep into the playoffs. And that is all I got to say about the Clippers. And that's all I have for basketball, ladies and gentlemen. Sit right there. Hold that thought. Get that drink. We'll be right back for some NFL news.
So you think the Lakers are going to make the playoffs this year?
Don't worry, ladies. Of course they will. Kobe always comes through on guarantees.
Hey Jerome, think San Francisco Giants are going to win the World Series again?
Not a chance, guys. The Angels and Dodgers are both projected to do better than the Giants.
You think the Hawks are going to win it all this year? Doubt it.
Who was that man?
Richard Lopez, the king of Los Angeles sports. If it's happening in Los Angeles, it's happening with the king.
Welcome back, everybody. Now it's time to talk some NFL. With NFL news, there's been a few different transactions over the past few weeks. Last time I was on the show, I wasn't able to say some of the moves the Raiders have made. I wasn't able to talk about the Redskins. And now I'm going to be able to get into that a little bit. But the top choice on my list today is Chris Johnson. Chris Johnson was released by the Tennessee Titans. Johnson at one time was recorded at running a 4.2 40, and he also challenged world's fastest man Usain Bolt to a race. He was that confident in his speed. So Chris Johnson, if he could stay healthy, is an explosive running back. He is, I think, 29 years old, so he might have some mileage on him. But for a team that's in contention that needs a running back, Chris Johnson should definitely be in their sights. Chris Johnson is one of my favorite players. He's very exciting, very explosive. You put him with a team that has a powerful offensive line, he can put up some big numbers for the next 2 or 3 years. So look for him to be hot on the free agent market coming very, very soon. He's already released by the Titans, but look for some of the big teams to get involved to try to see if they can sign him. Don't watch out for the Patriots. The Patriots are always known to get players like this, and if anyone could squeeze what Chris Johnson has left, it's probably Bill Belichick. So watch out for the New England Patriots. And couple other things. Maurice Jones-Drew, coming back to California. He gets to sign with his with the hometown Los Angeles I'm hoping they come back to LA. That's why I'm already jumping to conclusions. The Oakland Raiders, Maurice Jones-Drew signed with. He played high school ball up there, and he's a good player. I mean, I think the Raiders can squeeze maybe 3 years. That's what they signed him for, a 3-year deal. They can probably squeeze some years out of him. They're going to need some offensive linemen to help out with that. But to be honest, I'm pretty impressed with the Raiders with what they've done. They've signed all these veterans, which they usually do, but they're not giving them big-time money. They're not signing them to like 7 years, 8 years. They're giving them enough money to be happy, and they're giving them starting jobs as they rebuild. And they're doing a good job of it. I mean, just off the top of my head, they've signed Justin Tuck. They've signed Charles Woodson. They've signed James Jones of the Green Bay Packers. They've signed, small signings, but they are spending that money, and they are spending it wisely. So I hope the Raiders, as my team, they can do something this year because they seem to be actually on the rise. There's, they've been on the downfall until they got their GM, McKenzie. They've actually been on the rise. They're making smart moves. And they got Matt Schaub. they're looking to draft this year in the draft, and that brings me to my next subject, is our top draft prospects out of there. There's on my list of top draft prospects are the top quarterback for me has got to be Blake Bortles. He, to me, is the most NFL-ready quarterback, and I believe the Texans will take him with the first overall pick so Bill O'Brien can mold him. But, you know, the Texans also have Casey Keenum, who I thought last year was a great quarterback, and Bill O'Brien can mold a quarterback. So if they're going to take a quarterback, I think it's not going to be Johnny Manziel. I think it'll be Blake Bortles. But if they don't take any quarterbacks, it's going to probably be Jadeveon Clowney. And we'll talk a little bit about him in a second. The Raiders are rumored to be getting either Khalil Mack or Derek Carr with the 5th pick overall. So hopefully the Raiders can get a good draft pick. And I've looked it up. They haven't had a history of good draft picks. They've passed up on Megatron in the past. They've passed up on Aaron Rodgers in the past. And hopefully they don't make that same mistake again. Because if they do, you know, I'm going to be very upset as a Raider fan. They have a chance to get a very good player in the top 5 this year. And hopefully the new GM can take full advantage of it. So my top draft prospects are Blake Bortles, Johnny Manziel, Jadeveon Clowney, Derek Carr, Sammy Watkins, Khalil Mack, and Teddy Bridgewater. In the beginning of, before all pro days and workouts, I thought Bridgewater might be the number 1, but his stock has apparently dropped down. So Teddy Bridgewater is nowhere in the mix to be the top-ranked quarterback in this year's draft. His stock has went completely down, but hopefully it's just a small kink he needs to figure out, and hopefully he can get out there and improve an NFL team. And a couple other news and notes. Jared Allen, this happened like a week or 2 ago. He signed with the Minnesota Vikings rivals, the Chicago Bears. He agreed to I believe a 3-year deal with the Bears, turning down more money from the Raiders. I think he's upset that the Vikings weren't there to re-sign him, so he wants to stick it to him, play against them twice a year, and that's what he's going to get in Chicago. So congratulations, Jared Allen. You're too good of a player to have to retire, so I'm glad you found the team that respects your skills and pay you what you feel you deserve. So congratulations. And Reggie Wayne, he's coming off an ACL tear last year. Looks like he's going to be ready to go sooner than everyone thought. He should be ready to go by the preseason. So, hey, good luck to you, Reggie Wayne, in your healing process. Andrew Luck, Hakeem Nicks, Reggie Wayne. Indianapolis looks like they're going to be doing some good things this year. So I'm pretty excited. I have Andrew Luck on my fantasy team. And I think within 2 or 3 years, Andrew Luck is going to by far be the best quarterback in the NFL. I mean, it's only obvious. This kid has raw talent. Not even raw talent. This kid has massive talent with a big arm and a smart head. And this guy is the real deal. So watch out for Andrew Luck. He's going to be doing things, especially if you got 2 number 1 receivers like Hakeem Nicks and Reggie Wayne. How could you not step up and have a career year? So watch out for Andrew Luck this year. He's going to be the man. And my final thing I want to talk about in football, yes, the Philadelphia Eagles. After I said last time I was on the show, Chip Kelly had promised Deshaun Jackson that he wasn't going anywhere. The Philadelphia Eagles have released Deshaun Jackson, and he is now signed to the Washington Redskins, another division rival. So just like Jared Allen, Deshaun Jackson signed in the division, and he wants to play his rival, the Philadelphia Eagles, twice a year and stick it to him. And I believe he's going to fit in well with Jay Gruden and that new offense. Jay Gruden's going to find some good play calling because he only had Pierre Garçon at first. Now they have Pierre Garçon, they have Deshaun Jackson, and they have Santana Moss. So look for the Redskins to be making some moves offensively. Their defense is still pretty good. They have an average defense. So if they can add on to that and make their defense better and help out their offense, RG3 is going to have some new weapons that I know he's going to like. So I'm very impressed with Jay Gruden last year. He had some great play calls, and I look for him to do the same in Washington. So let's see what the Washington Redskins can do. They're not going to change their name. It's already been said. So let's see what the Redskins can do with Pierre Garçon and Deshaun Jackson. And they still got Alfred Morris. So watch out for that. The Redskins might be one of the teams to beat in the NFC least, is what I like to call it as the anti-Cowboy fan. But, that's just me. I'm going to throw that out there. It's my show. I can say what I want. But yeah, that's all I have for football. Stay tuned and hold on. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Cam Newton, thank you for coming to visit the King.
No problem.
I promise to always report truthfully about the Panthers.
Don't forget 60 minutes of play a day, right?
60 minutes of play a day. What am I, a child?
Absolutely.
You know you're talking to royalty?
Yes, sir.
Are you calling out royalty?
Maybe.
You must not know me. You're using a very unsettling tone.
Okay.
That's why Darrell Revis is going to have 6 interceptions against you this year.
Excuse me?
That's why the Panthers aren't going to win the division. That's why RG3 is better than you.
Whoa.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, I got this white blank space to my right-hand side to your left-hand side. And yes, it's for sponsorship. If any of you out there want to sponsor the show, my email is on the screen. Send me an email. We'll discuss what it takes to get your poster or banner on the show, and we'll negotiate. So if any of you want to sponsor the King of L.A. Sports Report, this is the wall right here. Send me an email, and I will be in discussions with you. Okay, now it's time for baseball. Yep, my favorite time of the show, and some of yours, it's your favorite time of the show. So let's talk baseball. Okay, well, I'm going to start off. I want to give a big salute to a baseball legend. Derek Jeter passed Paul Molitor for 8th all-time career on the career hits list with 3,320. Jeter, he is what everybody wants to be. He is the ideal baseball player. In my opinion, he is the real Mr. Baseball. He's Mr. Baseball USA. He is the ultimate athlete. I mean, how can you not be impressed with Derek Jeter? This guy, he is about the 3 W's: women, winning, and wealth. And he has all 3 of those. He's a single guy. He has a lot of money. And he has all the women. Like, if you look through the list, if you look up Derek Jeter and the women he's been with some beautiful women. So to be wealthy, to have wealth, women, and to win, that's all you can ask for as a pro athlete. And Derek Jeter has it all. So I want to give a shout out to Derek Jeter. I know it's his last season and he's on his farewell tour. But I want to stop, the King of L.A. Sports Show and give respect to a great baseball player, Derek Jeter. In my opinion, like I said, Mr. Baseball. So Derek Jeter, congratulations to you. That couldn't happen to someone else. That no one deserves it more than you. So congratulations. All right. So before I get into Time Warner, you know what? Let's talk Dodger baseball first, because I gotta get fired. I'm already pissed off, and I don't want to lose a gasket before I can finish off with my Dodger baseball. So I want to talk Dodger baseball. The Dodgers this year have came out. They're good. They're 6-3. They've lost once to the Padres and twice to the Giants. The two hitters with the most at bats and the best average are Yohan Uribe and D. Gordon. Matt Kemp and Hanley Ramirez lead the team in home runs. And since I'm bringing up Kemp, yes, ladies and gentlemen, in my opinion, beast mode is back. Yep, beast mode is back. Matt Kemp is back. His swing seems to be back. He looks a little rusty on the field, but I think that can all, that all comes with playing the games and working. So congratulations, Matt Kemp. Hopefully you start silencing all the critics. I was even a critic at one time. Hopefully you stay healthy, or all those critics are going to come back. But right now it looks like beast mode is back, and the Dodgers we're struggling with some injury issues. Clayton Kershaw is still on the DL, and he might come back towards the end of the month. And he actually said he's very frustrated to not know an end date to all of this. They haven't told him when he's going to be ready exactly, and he seems to be very frustrated about it. And I don't blame him. The guy is an ultimate competitor, and he wants to get out on the field as soon as he possibly can. So good luck, Kershaw, on your rehabilitation, and hopefully you come back before the end of the month, because the Dodgers would like to have you. I'm not going to say we need you yet, but we would love to have you. You're our ace, and we want to get everything back to normal. And also, I want to say, get well soon, AJ Ellis. He just had arthroscopic knee surgery. So hopefully AJ Ellis can get better. He's going to be off. He's going to be on the disabled list for 4 to 6 weeks before he can come back and start swinging and getting into it. So Drew Butera and Tim Fedorowicz, you guys got to step it up, because actually FedEx has got the start and he did okay in my opinion, but he needs to step it up a little more. If he wanted a chance to prove himself batting, this is his chance, because he's going to get a lot of PT. And it's also Drew Butera's chance. If he gets his chance and he starts out hitting FedEx, he's going to get the starting spot until AJ comes back. So hopefully these guys will figure it out. Hopefully FedEx gets it together, because I think he might have a little bit more power. Yeah, so Dodgers, they've been rattled by injuries. Yasiel Puig, the wild horse, slid into first base and sprained his thumb, and he hasn't played the last few games. And hopefully the Dodgers get back. Well, they won last night against the Tigers, but I want them back on their winning ways, back to being the dominant team that we all expect them to be. And yeah, and Zach Greinke pitched a great game. Dan Herron's been pitching well. Ryu had a mess up on opening day at home, but other than that, he's pitched well this season. I'm happy with the Dodgers. You know, Kenley Jensen came in last night, struck out Miguel Cabrera. He went right at him. We're right there. We had a walk-off to kind of help team morale. I believe the Dodgers can do it this year. I know I say that because I'm a Dodger fan, but they have what it takes. They really do, and that's no lie. They have exactly what it takes. That's why they're ranked number 1. The power rankings, that's why they're favorited to win the World Series. They're Los Angeles Dodgers, and they are LA's team. And that's the way it is. And hopefully the Dodgers can get things rolling. They have their injuries. I don't understand. Their injuries just keep piling up. They keep having tons of injuries. And I don't want the injuries to affect the season right away. You know, we don't need to catch up again. We need to stay in first place. Instead of catching up to get in first place, let's build a big lead. Let's go on a 42 and 8 game streak, but build a lead in the NL West. That's what I want to see from the Dodgers. And I know it's early, and we've only played a few different teams, but that's what I want to see. So let's go Dodgers. Let's do our thing, and let's bleed blue and show everyone that we are the top team in baseball. Yes, I say we, because I'm a part of the Dodgers. Yep, Dodger Nation I am. Look on the video where I was called out. That's how this all started. They declared me the leader of Dodger Nation. Real sports with Brian Gumble. All right. Well, before I get into my final subject, I want to talk about the Angels, because the Angels have actually done very well. Well, they're 3-5 this year, but I'm impressed with the team. I'm honestly, I can say I'm surprised. And they look, if these guys can all stay healthy, Pujols is looking good. Hamilton just got hurt a little bit, but he should be okay. Hamilton's looking good. Mike Trout's always looking good. They're pitching. They have a problem with Jared Weaver. He didn't have a great start his last time out, but I don't expect that to happen all the time. He has been declining over the past few years, but I think he's still going to be the Angels' ace, and he still has to be feared by most hitters. But other than him, if he can get the ball rolling, C.J. Wilson's pitching good, and Tyler Skaggs, the one who they came up with, the Angels came up with him when they traded Trumbo to Arizona, and Tyler Skaggs is the one who I'm most impressed with. And if the Angels can have 3 great starters like that, they have a great, they're still my prediction, but they have a great chance to win the West in the American League. If you watch the show, you know the Angels were my pick from the American League to take it all. And they look like a great team. They have all the hitting. I don't know how well or how far their depth goes, but the guys they have on the field are great players. And look for them to make some noise in the American League this year. I'm very impressed with the Angels, I have to say. So, yeah, C.J. Wilson, Jared Weaver, and Tyler Skaggs, they look like they're going to be doing their things. And they still got their closer, Frieri. The Angels, watch out for the Angels, ladies and gentlemen. You know, it's hard for me to give so much love to them, but I will do it because I am a realist, and the Angels are looking good. And I want to send my condolences. It was, I believe, five years ago, the Angels lost pitcher Nick Aidenhart in a fatal car accident. So I want to give my condolences to Nick Aidenhart, the Angels, and Nick Aidenhart's family. So my condolences go out to the Aiden Hart family. So, in the other baseball news, I don't know if any of you had seen the story, but it just happened this morning. Adam Jones of the Baltimore Orioles came out and said that fans that run onto the field should be basically brutally hurt. He said that he wants Major League Baseball to make it okay for the players to kick the fans with steel cleats, to hurt them, to rough them up. And he's basically saying all that's okay. In a way, I agree with him, but at the same time, you got to be politically correct. You can't come out as someone who gets voted into these All-Star games by the fans and say that these fans are just drunk and that they shouldn't run on the field, this and that. These guys pay your checks. So why don't you watch the way you talk to them? Whether you're right or wrong, you can come up with a different way on how to talk about the fans. So that's what I got to say about Adam Jones. And he said he wants to kick them with their cleats. He says he wishes they could be given broken femurs for running onto the field. And that's just ridiculous. You're a pro athlete. You get paid millions and millions of dollars. All these fans in Baltimore cheer for you. Now all of a sudden the people that are making it possible for you to get a payday, you want them hurt, broken femurs, and kicking them with cleats? Let's be real. Come on, man. Although you do have some good points, let's be politically correct about this. Don't come out and say that, because pretty soon you're going to start hearing the boo birds and you're out in the outfield. And once you go to other places, if you come to Dodger Stadium, I can tell you they're going to let you have it, whether you like it or not. And yeah, so they don't have to go on the field to give you a hard time. They can do it from the outfield. Trust me, I see it. Yeah. So Pac-Man Jones, clean up your act a little bit, although I do agree with you to some degree. And the final, what I've been seeing, sometimes they tell you in life, they say, save the best for last. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to save the best for last. And this is what I'm going to talk about today for the final subject of this show. Time Warner Cable versus DirecTV, Charter, Dish Network, and all the other television providers. What the hell is going on, Time Warner? You guys are ruining everything. There's probably, out of the millions of people in Los Angeles, I think there's 70,000 homes that carry Time Warner Cable. This is the most absurd, ridiculous thing I have ever been a part of. I am sick. I am disgusted. I am very just angry at the fact that these $2 billion companies cannot come to an agreement. This is the stupidest thing, Time Warner. You guys should be banned from baseball. You guys do stupid business, and you're going to ruin it for everybody. By far, you're going to ruin it for everybody. It makes no sense, because now everyone that doesn't have Time Warner, instead of switching over to Time Warner, they're going online and they're streaming these baseball games. So guess what? If you guys end up making a deal halfway through the season, some of the people aren't going to switch over because they already figured out good ways to stream online. I mean, I found ways to stream these games online. I ain't switching to Time Warner just yet. And then you can also watch the Dodger pre- and post-game shows online. And so you guys want to keep arguing over this amount of money, you guys are going to lose all the support in Los Angeles. Because pretty soon all these fans are going to look online and they're going to figure out, hey, I can watch this online. And guess what? Maybe I should cancel both cables. Maybe I should cancel Time Warner. Maybe I should cancel DirecTV because I can watch all these games online. Yes, I'm pumped up about this because it's ridiculous. I gotta go to a normal, I love the restaurant I go to, but I gotta go there anytime I want to watch a Dodger game. They close at 9 o'clock, I can't finish, and so I gotta watch it online. And pretty soon I'm just gonna be streaming it online on my big screen because no one wants to make a deal. And DirecTV just recently walked away from the deal. Time Warner is saying that they're making it out like it's everyone else's fault. No, it's your fault, Time Warner. Every time you post something on Facebook, you have people coming on there and saying, I don't know anything that's going on because I can't watch what's happening. You get those comments more than you get people agreeing with you or sympathizing with you or anything. So Time Warner, you're really messing things up in Los Angeles. I mean, let's find a way to make a deal. And on top of that, DirecTV is now trying to charge for other sports channels to its existing DirecTV customers, and we don't even have the Dodger channel. You guys are going to mess it up for everyone, and pretty soon, if you guys don't get your head out of your ass, you're going to be having to fix this thing. And it's pretty soon these guys and girls are going to be watching the games online, and if you guys do come to a deal, guess what? The ratings are going to drop. And whose fault is it? Time Warner I believe it's Time Warner and DirecTV. Both your guys' fault. You guys both make tons of money. The deal wouldn't hurt you guys financially. I understand DirecTV wants to put their foot down because Time Warner did this last year with the Lakers. They purchased all the rights to the Lakers and then charged every other cable network or cable channel a big fee to have the Laker network. And they did that and it worked, and the Lakers didn't do well last year. So they weren't able to capitalize on the kind of money that they thought they would get. So now the other companies, DirecTV, they're like, hey, why are we going to go out of our way when the Lakers didn't produce the type of ratings that we thought they did? So now all of a sudden Time Warner is by themselves with their 70,000 homes doing mad promotions, trying to promote Time Warner Television and how it's better to switch to Time Warner. No, it's bullcrap. It's better to switch to watching these damn games online because you guys are ruining everything. Sometimes the online games might have a delay, but you know what? It's free, and we don't have to listen, or we don't have to hear about billionaire TV owners arguing back and forth about small potatoes. It's BS. I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it, and I don't know how much more I can stand for it. I'm pretty close. If there's not a deal within the next 2 weeks, I will drop DirecTV and Time Warner, and I will watch all my games online because that's what it's come down to. You guys are pissing off the fans, you're pissing off Dodger fans, and you're pissing off all sport fans who just love to watch sports in general. So now what's going to happen, Time Warner, when the Detroit Tigers are in town? If there's someone that lives in California from Detroit, now they can't watch their Tigers because you guys have your head up your ass? Yeah, I can say ass because this is my show, and I'm the one in charge of it. Producer, creator, editor, writer, all of it. You guys need to get your head out of your ass, Time Warner. You guys are ruining this, and I'm beyond pissed off. And I speak for everybody that's a Dodger fan. We are beyond pissed off. We think this is ridiculous, and nobody wants Time Warner. No one wants that station unless you guys upgrade it. It doesn't look right. And DirecTV needs to, if it costs $5 more extra a month, then fine, let it be. But Time Warner, you guys are ruining it, and when this is all said and done, you're definitely not going to get the kind of ratings and the type of viewership that you were hoping for. And I can guarantee you that right now, because fans are pissed off, and now you're urging and teaching fans to find ways to watch the Dodger game, so they're either going to places or they're watching it online. It's easy. Couple clicks, Dodger game online. So now, why would we want to have to pay for it after all this when we can watch it online for free? You guys are messing it up, and I know I'm not the only one that thinks like that. So, all right, I had to get that off my chest because Time Warner Cable they're ruining it for DirecTV, Charter, Verizon, AT&T, Vios, every other, even the companies I didn't mention. They're being ruined by by Time Warner Cable. So that's all I got to say about Time Warner. Time Warner, get your head out of your ass because you're ruining it. The Dodger fans are going to hate you pretty soon. And then, it's real. It happens real easily. We can hate you at the drop of a dime. So make sure you get it in and you try whatever you can to make this work, because pretty soon you're going to lose everything. You're not going to have people switching to Time Warner, and if you do have people switching to Time Warner, the viewership and the ratings are going to go down. So Time Warner, I'm going to say it again, get your head out of your ass and fix this deal with the other TV companies. All right. Well, I think I covered everything, and that's all I got to say about baseball and Time Warner issue. And if more stuff comes up, I'll have more stuff to say, but I've been so pissed off I've had to vent, and this is my way of venting. So I vented. All right. Well, that is all I have for you today. Make sure you tune in next week. I'll have a new show up. I'll try to do this once a week. I'm going to remind you, I have a blank space right here that's for any sponsor that wants to sponsor my show. Send me an email. Email's at the bottom of the screen. Rich Lopez, you can find me on Instagram under the King of L.A. Sports. Find me on YouTube under the King of L.A. Sports. Please subscribe to the channel, like some of the shows. You can find me on Facebook under the King of L.A. Sports. And on Twitter, you can find me under Rich Lopez, KOLASE. Make sure on Facebook you like the page. Check out DodgersLowdown.com, Clubhouse Sports Radio. I make video clips for DodgersLowdown.com. I'm on the radio show Sunday night for Clubhouse Sports Radio talking Laker basketball. And I believe that is all I have for you today. Make sure you check me out. tune in to the shows. Thank you for all your support. And remember, everyone out there, when you live like rich, you will never be poor. And never, never, never in life be afraid to roll the dice. Have a blessed day and go LA.